So you're sitting in your kitchen fixing breakfast when suddenly it hits you, hey, yesterday was April 15th, tax day, and you forgot to file. Don't panic. Right here on the kitchen table to help us out is tax attorney Roni Deutch. Hey, Roni.
Hey, Roni.
Thank you. All right. So you forgot to file your taxes. What happens now?
I think we should do the segment in the bed. But having said that...
As long as there's no penalty for early withdrawal, I'm good.
If you did not file your tax returns, the IRS will come after you and they will assess penalties and interest. Worse yet, they will file your tax return for you. Literally, act as your accountant, prepare the return, stamp your name, submit it, and you're stuck with the bill.
Wow. You know, I actually have known people who don't pay taxes. They don't want to, and they figure they'll get away with it. So many millions of people. Is that possible?
No, it's not possible, Dick, but people do not file their tax returns. People do not pay their taxes. I recommend that you do file your tax return and get it in the system immediately.
All right, well, there are lots of, everyday problems that everybody runs into. I believe we have some questions. Oh, wow, okay. Obviously, someone who's been audited. Yes, ma'am,
I'm having a problem here. Usually I get money back every year, and this year I didn't plan accordingly, and now I owe money, and I'm not quite sure what I should do if I owe money and I can't afford to pay it this year.
First of all, don't panic. You can do two things. The first thing I recommend is to settle your back tax bill for less money than what you owe. The second thing I recommend is to get on an affordable monthly payment plan to pay off your entire tax debt.
How do I settle a back tax bill?
For less money than what you owe, it's very easy. You go to the IRS, you let them know, I cannot afford to pay my taxes. You prove that, and they will settle with you for less money than what you owe. That is your legal right.
Okay.
So, thank you very much. Are what you're trying to say, and I'm not making light, are the IRS people, too? You go and you give them a real explanation, they'll understand and try and work with you?
Most of them are real people, yes.
That's kind of cool.
Some of the people that you deal with, unfortunately, are not that wonderful.
But the key was you said she has to prove it. What does she have to take with her to say, I don't have the kind of money to pay my bill?
That is a great question. They're going to ask you to prove with evidence. They're going to ask you to show how much money do you make each month? How much money do you spend each month? And you want to prove to them that what I make is what I spend. That's how most people live.
All right, we have another question right here. Yes, ma'am.
I'm a bit of a procrastinator. How can I better organize myself for next year rather than scrambling at the last minute? And
over 40 million taxpayers are procrastinators. Don't feel bad. This is what you need to do. Get a shoebox. It's the shoebox theory. Real simple. Start today. Get a shoebox, put it in your closet, and put every receipt that you spend money on in that box. Next year, when it's time to file, you're actually organized. You grab the box, put it on the table, boom, there's your stuff.
speaking of receipts, I travel a lot, and I lose a lot of receipts. And how can I recreate them and
okay,
show that I'm not
recreating
lying?
documents, bad idea. I'm going with just bad idea.
No.
What happens if you lose some of your proof, though?
Unfortunately, if you lose your evidence, it's very hard to prove your case. So I don't want to pretend there's some magic answer. Find it.
All right, I have another question. You've gone through this horrendous project you've done, and you say, in the middle of the night, I forgot something.
Right,
serious.
a deduction I had. I couldn't use.
You've already sent the thing out. What do you do?
Great question. It's called amending your tax return, Dick. Very simple. If you forgot something, you admitted something, or you have another deduction that's going to save you money on taxes, amend your tax return. That's your legal right, and now the IRS is stuck with that tax return, not your old one with the mistakes on it.
All right, I have heard that you can pay your taxes with a credit card. Is that true?
You bet. You can pay anything you
so
want with
cool.
a credit card. But wait a minute. Here's my legal advice, Danny, and you're going to love it. Use a credit card that gives you miles, bonus points, or rewards.
Yeah, like anybody's going to give me a credit card. All right. Hey, listen, I'd like to thank Roni very much for